Addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when it's my heart die. And even though we both can't.
Igniting the airwaves, Spark FM.
I mean, I stop love how they got them slaves. The hard clothes I make a next gal face. Me no stop love how it.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this? It was breathe, stretch, shake?
That's it.
So breathe, stretch, shake.
Let it out.
How do you breathe?
How do you breathe?
Yeah.
That's the part that you want to know how to do?
Yes. You know, like, is there a way to, it's a dance move, so
Stretch.
I can't breathe, stretch, and shake in simultaneous.
I think it's puff up.
Oh,
Breathe, stretch, shake.
this is Puffy again. I bet he was breathing
This
and
is
stretching and shaking. I bet you, I tell you.
After he hung somebody over a balcony or something. Bad bastard. It shouldn't have been bad boy. It should have been bad bastard.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are here in the building. This is Saucy and Friends, Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowing, and your girl, Miss Hot Ceceling Sawis. I am here. We are here today to have a good old time. And I'm excited for you guys to be here with us. Like we told you yesterday, if you are tuned in right now, go ahead and give it a share. Go tell two people, wherever you are. Text them, phone them, whatever you got to do. Send it to them in their DMs.
Let them know.
Let them know. We are streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I mean, it's X, not Twitter.
Formerly known as Twitter.
I mean, Twitter.
Yeah, I don't.
Shout outs DJ Sticks on the Twitter check-in.
Hello, DJ Sticks. One of my, I'm going to be very biased right now and say that DJ Sticks has one of my favorite radio shows here at Spark FM. That man, if you put it on and just forget that whatever, you feel like you're actually in a club all the time at whatever time of day.
I'm gonna do that because that's I vowed to dance more in the new year.
Yeah.
And so I want to do that. I'm gonna thank you, DJ Sticks, for providing my soundtrack to my life.
Oh wow. Wow. He did all that, huh?
DJ Sticks saved my life.
I like it. We're going to be here until the 11 o'clock hour. Well, if you guys are just joining us for the new year, we will be going through the local news. Then we'll follow that by the national and world news because y'all got to expand your horizons. And then right after that, we'll get into the entertainment. We have a little fern time. You might get a question of the day. You might just get all of your favorite celebrity mishaps. And it looks like we've been starting off the year rather interestingly. Man. Okay, let me tell you. Good morning, Lawanda. Good morning, Stafford. How are you? Good morning, August. Welcome to you all. We're going to start with a quick check-in. See how everybody doing. Miss Tony.
Yes.
Give us the break.
Hi, everybody. Hello, y'all. I am good. Yesterday was a good day. Day 3, good day of the new year. Yes, I'm doing it. I did. I've decided that when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to make my bed. So I've been making my bed.
Oh, how's that been going?
It's been going because I sleep very neatly so that I don't have to do too much. I just have to pull.
Sleep deep.
So then I just pull the sheet up. So I've been making my bed in the morning. I'm keeping my room floor clean, which is because, the room floor is the thing that I just kind of do. And I mean, I'm trying to see how long I can keep this up. And I've started taking a nude a day.
Okay.
It's very freeing.
I tell you.
I just have to make sure that I keep my phone locked at all times.
There's also something that it's called Safe Keep.
Okay, show me how to do that.
Safe Keep, you just download the application, you put a password on it, and then you just hide it somewhere in your things, and then you keep all of your
I'm only hiding it from, you know what? I'm not hiding from anyone like that. So I can just have the safe keep, whatever. But I do need to lock that down because
no, even if you're not you just don't want anybody to have access to your pictures if you don't give them to you. So that's what that's for. Does it take?
Because this is what happens is that Noah's tablet is connected to my phone.
Yes.
So every picture I take in my phone ends up in his tablet.
You can delete them. So once you put them in your safe keep folder, you can ask it to delete them from the original post.
Okay, good. Yes. So I'm doing that more to document my journey. More so than just be nasty. But
I do it to be nasty.
Oh. One day, somebody's going to get out all 365 nudes of
Just
me.
have a picture day every Saturday and then send it to
like to make a OnlyFans?
5 to 10 men. And then, see who has the best energy.
About to make a OnlyFans?
You make them fight for it. Make them bid on it.
Bid on it.
Do y'all have OnlyFans?
Me, I'm making one for my feet soon. Yeah. I started my first video.
I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm about to have an Only Man and see what happens there. Lies. I'm not doing that.
I wonder how much of our listeners have OnlyFans.
I know.
I don't think I think our listeners are kind of
prudent. Vicky probably do.
Vicky definitely has one. Yeah, she probably has more than one, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So my goal is to say, and I started this not at the new year, but before the new year, was to say that today was a good day every day, and I could say that yesterday was a good day. It was a good day.
Amen.
Thank you.
And what about you, Tristone?
Yesterday I just did some work. We've been working on some new graphics and just working on progress. Remember, like, this is the year of growth and development for me. So I'm trying to stand on that. I'm trying to stand on business.
Stand on business. Stand on
business.
Well, I was thinking about that yesterday. I did one of my TikTok videos yesterday, and I was just like, I feel like people, to set themselves up for success for the new year, they shouldn't stress January and consider January a throwaway month. Not saying that January is not important, but I feel like people put so much pressure on the beginning of the year, and they go so hard and they're so ambitious that they fall later on. I feel like you should use January to set up those those habits a little bit. Like, give yourself time to, like, really not go crazy, but consistently make sure that you're, like, just take the gym. Instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym 7 days a week. How about I'm gonna just go to the gym as much as I can this week? Yeah, and I'm not gonna go hard. I'm gonna get there, and then February, if I've been doing good, then I'll step it up a little bit. So I feel like people should take the pressure off of the new year by making January just one of those months that you set up to get through the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think that that a lot of people put, like you said, put pressure on themselves to have these New Year's resolutions, and don't do that. Just be like, it's a fresh start.
Yeah,
and then whatever. But don't resolve that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I don't like that. And it's a lot of pressure on yourself, and then you really kind of let yourself down if you don't follow through on those resolutions that you made. So for me, it's just easy to be like, you know what? It's a fresh new start, and that's that. That's what I'm doing.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. As for me, it is going well so far in the new year. It is a lot better than how last year ended, so I am excited.
Did you? So I know. So not so much goals, but I came up with something the other day.
Go ahead.
Write a list of accomplishments that you did last year.
I did.
And a list of things that you would like to accomplish this year, and things that you would like to change differently. So it's like three different lists.
What is it? So what I accomplished last year, what I want to accomplish this year, and what I'm going to do differently. I like that, and I'm actually going to do that tonight. As a little, everybody here that's listening, this is our homework. You guys are going to get homework at least once a week here by listening to Saucy and Friends. And our homework is to use January to reflect on what our accomplishments were. Then we are going to say what we're going to do for the new year, and then what we're going to change. How many? 5? 10? 3?
5?
How many?
Five
how many?
on each list?
5 things
no,
on each?
whatever it is.
How many?
Whatever
you feel.
Whatever the things.
I started that last year.
Because those lists continue to grow. I'm still thinking about stuff from last year. Like, we accomplished
I was like, yo, 2023 was a horrible year. It was crazy. No. I started going through my pictures to erase all of the things. Like, I got way too many pictures. My phone can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So I started from 2022, which I didn't know. But going through the 2023 pictures, I said,
yeah, we was outside.
We did pretty a lot.
We did a lot.
We did a lot. Yeah. Let me see what don't make. That's why I don't make resolutions. Luanda said. She said I wrote a prayer for 2024 for me and my family, and I put it up where I can see it. Vision boards too. I'm gonna start mine tonight. How many of you guys out there make vision boards? And if you don't, if you're interested in doing a vision board, let me know, and maybe we could get some pop for the new year. Have you ever done a vision board?
No, I have a goal thing on my room.
I do like a vision. Get the magazines and cut it out and get very, very detailed in the back of the vision board.
And at the end of the year, how does that usually fare?
So it was very interesting because I remember in 2020 when I did my vision board for 2020 with Spark FM in mind. Everything on that vision board I hit. Every single thing. The last 2 years, it's been about 80%.
Okay.
Last year, I might have to put that one on the back porch. Because a lot of like the big goals that I had were not necessarily accomplished, but we did a lot of other things that I didn't put on the board. You know, so it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Nice.
Hightower, let's do a vision board. We're gonna have a vision board party in February.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. If you guys, starting from now, if you guys have extra magazines and stuff at your house, save them. Don't do anything with them. Save them. And in February, we're gonna meet. We're gonna do a Spark meetup vision board event.
I like it.
Randomly. I think I got space. We got space somewhere.
We're gonna make space.
We're gonna make some space. And that's what we're gonna do.
On the floor with some crayons.
Yes, and the colors and books and things like that.
Yes.
All right, so okay. We're off to a good start.
Well, that's a good vision.
With that said, let's get into this show. Saucy and Friends in the Morning officially starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
No matter what people say.
You don't gotta sing all the songs. I said to her the other day, as we were leaving here on New Year's Day, after we brought in the new year, as soon as we left, she started singing wrong songs, and I was like, you don't want to resolve to try to sing the right words this year? You don't want to try to.
It's the right words.
No.
Who's to say that they're not the right words?
The song lyrics.
Yeah, who's to say that they wrote them right? You know, like, yeah. How come my version is not the real version?
Chris said, just keep singing.
So today is the 3rd of January, January number 3. 3 days into the new year, so we are doing well. Yeah. It is Wednesday, so we're getting over that weekday hump. Partly cloudy.
My goodness.
High of 43. Winds in the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. I want to see what the actual weather is right now. It is approximately 32 degrees outside.
And 2 degrees inside here.
It's freezing in here.
Yes.
And it is effing cold outside in general. Like, it's cold.
Me and Tristan just saw this young lady walking down the street. All her chest was out, and her boobies and everything. And it was like, girl, what's the...
She had to be about 15, 16.
Like, what is the purpose? You gonna freeze your chesticle out for what?
That's why I know for the people that had big families, That's what big families is for, because they would never,
never in this lifetime.
Let somebody see you driving down the street.
Put it in your chest.
You better make sure you pull over and put this girl together.
But by the time I got to where I was going, somebody would have called my mother and told her I seen Tony with her chest out.
But I don't understand. Like, when you, like, maybe because I don't have an old kid, you know, like, you don't have no jurisdiction over them putting on a coat. Like, I would never, like, see, you had to put a hat and a coat and a hoodie on and put your hands in your pockets when you go to the bus.
A t-shirt.
Yeah.
An undershirt. Then a t-shirt. Then your shirt. Then a sweater. Then your coat. Your hat, your hoodie, and your hood, all at the same time. That boy be sweating by the time.
Exactly, that's what you. It's friggin' winter time. He's supposed to sweat and be greasy in the face to prevent it. Nah, man, it's freezing. So that is what the weather is gonna be like today. If you can avoid being outside. Yes, always in the building. Boy, by the time we left there, I was like my body from the inside.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, local news. It's time for our Around the Way news for January 3rd. And we're going to start with a very disheartening story. Harvard President Claudine Gay resigns after plagiarism and campus anti-Semitism accusations.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Harvard President Claudine Gay announced Tuesday she is stepping down just 6 months into her presidency amid a firestorm of controversy at the university. It is with heavy heart but a deep love for Harvard that I write to share that I will be stepping down as president, Gay wrote in a letter to the Harvard community. After consultation with members of the corporation, it has become clear that it is in the best interest of Harvard for me to resign so that our community can navigate this moment of extraordinary challenges with the focus on the institution rather than any individual. Gay did not say when she plans on formally step down, but she described the decision as difficult beyond words. Gay's resignation comes amid a period of extreme turmoil at one of America's most prestigious university and marks the end of the presidency of the first Black president and second woman in the Harvard nearly 400-year history. And here is the clip that young Tristan has for us.
To today's resignation and these comments coming from the Congresswoman.
Look, I think Elise Stefanik should be ashamed of herself, because I don't think she actually cares about any of these things that she talked about on Capitol Hill. I don't think she cares about anti-Semitism. Mm-hmm. I don't think she cares about academic freedom. I don't think she cares about any of these things that she pressed on. She cared about winning political points. And I think that political attacks on universities are things that we should all be frightened by, regardless of our politics, whether we're on the left or the right. And I'm sad for American universities because of that. And I'm sad for Claudine Gay, because I think she was a capable leader that was facing an extremely difficult situation. And people like Elise Stefanik were not helping it at all.
Professor, let's say even if everything that you said is true, potentially true here, when you look at the writings, and I mean, is that something you would have done? In the way you write, would you do what Claudine Gay would have done and expect to keep your job? Because that is also another element here.
You're talking about sorry, but can you get into what is the plagiarism?
So
that
the
happened
plagiarism
here?
is that on some works that she did or some writings that she did, she left out quotation marks. On some of her quotes from other scholars.
And she plagiarized another professor as well.
Yeah, it was quotes. Plagiarism is like lack of quotes. So it wasn't like she said, these are my ideas and this is what I'm writing. Yeah. She quoted the person and didn't put quotation marks.
Or any footnotes or anything.
She did put footnotes. She didn't put the quotation marks.
No, she didn't. There's no footnotes there. There's no.
They said 4 of the instances, they tried to get it for 47. There was only 4 of them that were actual there, and she went back and edited those and included everything that she needed to put on them.
What were these writings? These are writings that she did
while
like
she
papers.
Was president? No, not while she was like before. So she came in with these controversies, and that's why they first tried to get her out. Okay. But they saw that there was not really a lot of merit to them, so they couldn't get her out on those. Okay. So then after this situation with the Palestinian war, and she was taken to Congress or somebody like that, and they asked her like a hypothetical question about genocide, if that would be something, and she was like, depending, like if it would be bullying or something, depending on the standards of the bullying, it would depend, pretty much it would depend on what is going on. There was nothing that was substantial that stuck, that she is being, that they are trying to attack her for.
So what? So her reason for resignation is?
Her reason for resignation is because at this point it's a hostile work environment. Okay. So you have to think about Harvard's history. In over 300 years.
This is the professor that she plagiarized right here.
Yeah. She's been coming at her hard too. In 300 years, there's never been even a person of color who was taking up the presidency.
Yep.
This is the first time not only a black person has got it, but a black woman.
And
so
is she cleared as well?
I believe so. Yeah. At this point, it was just like after your job deems you that they don't want you to be there, they're gonna make your life hell, and they're gonna wait until you can't do it anymore.
Yep.
For a lot of people around the world, this is outrageous and this is so mean, and it's such a setback, and it is also a proof of how black women are treated in these higher institutions. So, like this is just very sad. Yep. It's awful. Right. It's absolutely awful. And I feel really bad about that. Yeah. The thing is about her is also she's a very decorated professor that deserves to be where she is, and she won't have that opportunity anymore. And that sucks.
Well, this is death of a career, basically.
I mean, I don't even know too, because
that's what I was asking yesterday.
Yesterday,
but they're saying that she's staying on. They're saying that she's going to stay on as a part of the faculty.
The hell I would. The hell I would. Absolutely not. I would be gone. I feel like with her resume and with what she has done, I feel like she can get any job anywhere at this point. I just don't think Harvard was the place for her to be, because they didn't want her there. Harvard got a lot of history. Ain't Harvard built on a slave cemetery? Oh, I could have made that up.
Back of slaves built it.
Slaves built Harvard.
That's like they built the White House.
It was probably Claudine Gay's ancestors who built Harvard. Now they gonna kick her out.
Well, she's Haitian, so they.
I don't.
It's revolution.
I don't think Harvard wanted her out of there so much. She chose to get out of there after pressure. Harvard was sticking with her at first.
Bro.
I mean, that guy that was just speaking in support of her was a Harvard professor.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not. She said the corporation. Yeah. Those are the higher ups, not her colleagues. Her colleagues are riding with her.
The firm.
Yeah, the firm, the corporate. They riding with her. It's the people who paid the checks.
Yeah.
And it's the other people that you're not going to see that's going to drive her out. And it's been like, if you read any article across, everybody is in uproar about this. Everybody's in uproar because this is absolutely outrageous.
Who was the woman that the guy was making reference to when he was talking? Is that the professor that she's supposedly
I don't know who that person is.
Oh, okay.
What was the name?
I don't recall the name.
Which one? Carol?
Whoever the man was referencing when he was talking.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This is bad. We were talking about it in our little black girls, bossy group in the other day, and everybody was just very depressed about how we're gonna start out the year because this is terrible. It was very, 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 very terrible,
and it's very deliberate.
Yeah, very deliberate. When a job don't want you to work there, they gonna make your life hell.
Yes,
they're gonna make your life hell. Mirror Time says she definitely deserves to be here, and Jameel Hill had a lot of good shit to say about this on Twitter. Yeah, her and Lovey Ajayi, she wrote a dope let me see if I can find that. She wrote a dope thing about exactly the climate that we are going to be seeing coming out of this.
LaWanda says they will find all the issues. If she breathes heavy, they will complain. That's super stressful. And Janet says, I'm annoyed by the news. The news keeps interviewing students, but anyone notice it's only Jewish students, not any Asians or blacks.
And that's another thing. So Lovey says, I've been thinking about how the concept of black excellence is a scam to force us to be good, but it doesn't protect us from anything. It doesn't protect us from the systems of oppression that are sustained by our continued disrespect and discrediting. In a world where we are being set up to fail, our excellence is not an armor. Being twice as good to get half as far and then be knocked off that seat. you more than earned. It happens over and over again, and I realize we are being tricked to scalp ourselves in a world that doesn't want us to see us win. This is just hard and devastating. So yeah, that's just been the sentiment across the world from a lot of people, that this was our first, not our first look, but this is on par, on brand for these institutions like this. That's terrible. Yeah, I feel badly.
I agree.
With that, let's move it on. We're gonna pray for Claudine. Massachusetts was one of the most moved to. One of the most moved from states in 2023.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say move to.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't move to here.
Let me ask y'all a question. Just reading this headline before I get into the story. If we the most moved from, why we keep building all these luxury apartments for all these people that's moving from here?
They trying to sink Massachusetts.
More and more people continue to move out of Massachusetts as the mass exodus from the state continued in 2023, a new study said. United Van Line's 47th annual National Mover Study found that Massachusetts was among the most moved from states last year. The moving company said that 56.6% of Massachusetts customers moved out of the Bay State, as opposed to 43.4% of customers who moved in.
Well, the math ain't mathing, because if everybody moving from here, and we plus we building all these buildings, divide that by the homeless shortage and all these emergency centers, shelters, something ain't equaling.
Because you're right. If all the migrants are coming in, ain't they technically moving here?
Right.
And there's a surcharge of them.
A
surplus.
Because they ain't documented. I wonder.
See, that's another thing. Because they're undocumented.
Right.
Is this statistics correct?
Nope.
Is the data in this article correct?
Lies.
This is investigative journalism.
Lies and propaganda.
United Van Line's 47th annual National Mover Study found that Massachusetts was among the most moved from states. So why are people leaving Massachusetts?
Let's check it out.
Let's go to the clip.
We have to offer here. Why are we near that? Why are we near the top of that list? WBC's Paula Evans spoke to an expert. She joins us now. Paula, explain.
Well, Lisa, David, United Van Lines, very interesting inside information, says for the past 2 years, more than half of the customers that it was helping move in Massachusetts were leaving Massachusetts. And here's why. 28% were moving because of a new job. 19% left for family reasons. 18% said they were retiring somewhere else. And 16% wanted a lifestyle change. And we all know Massachusetts and Boston are known for our high cost of living, but that wasn't the main factor driving people away. In fact, actually only 2% of people said they were moving only because of the high cost of living.
I lie.
There is an age structure to the United States where northeastern and midwestern states tend to be a little bit older than the southern and western states. And so Massachusetts is not immune to that. They tend to be older than many of the states in the United States. And as a result, many people there are facing retirement decisions. And so they're choosing to move to different parts of the country to enjoy their retirement.
Got that big number of baby boomers retiring and leaving. So what states are people moving to? Vermont was the top inbound state. Rhode Island the fifth. And
people moving to Vermont?
To more affordable, lower density areas across the country, and Massachusetts is simply not one of them. And David and Lisa, interesting, the professor there adds, COVID changed everything. Once people who can work remotely from anywhere realized that, all options are on the table, and that will have implications for cities for a long time to come.
Yeah, there's no question. You could work in Boston now, but not be in Boston.
Right.
And
True.
Here's what I have to say about that statistic as well, though. That's not a black people statistic.
No.
Black people ain't using United Van Lines. We using Homeboys pickup truck.
In U-Haul, okay?
Right. So that could be, I'm sure that it is true for the population that they surveyed, but it definitely don't apply to us.
Yeah, no.
In Vermont is known, I just wanted to know what the hell is in Vermont. Scenic rolling mountains, quality skiing, organic, locally produced food, and its open-minded culture.
Do they got black people? No, seriously.
Let me see.
Is Vermont a real place?
Is there?
I know the capital of Vermont is Montpelier. Thank you.
Is what?
Montpelier.
That's really?
Yes.
The percentage of blacks in Vermont is 1.5. Jesus. White alone percent is 93.8.
Yeah.
The black or African American alone percentage is 1.5. And Asian alone is 2.0. And American Indian and Alaskan alone are 0.4. So Vermont is white.
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 With an F.
Wow.
Yes.
So if you go to Vermont, where do I go to see somebody that looks like what part of Vermont is black?
Probably, and I'm not being funny here, but up in like New Hampshire, there's a very big population of like Jamaican immigrants who have come in to work on the farms and things that are up there. So that's probably what you'd find as far as black people in Vermont.
There's a lot of Latino people too, because Lawrence is right there.
Lawrence is right next to New Hampshire, not Vermont.
So didn't we just say,
well, New Hampshire has a very big black population.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's so close to here too, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
So Vermont, the black people be in Vermont in Rutland, Bennington, Woodstock, St. Albans, and Burlington. That is where the most concentration of African Americans are. I want to go.
I hope they all live together in a commune.
All 2,000 of them.
Now I want to go.
200 of them.
This is very interesting to me. Okay, Vermont. I might pick up and move to Vermont soon.
I think that's a lie.
You don't know my life.
I do.
You don't know anything. Okay, so let's see. 2 Massachusetts State Police struck by, we talked about that yesterday, struck by a car fleeing traffic. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. Are they okay?
Yes. They, where is this? So 2 Massachusetts State Police struck by car fleeing traffic stop in Boston. We got into this yesterday, I believe. Yeah. So we're going to move on. Okay. Lowell woman accused of kicking and throwing small dog. What the hell? Throwing small dog released on bail. A Massachusetts woman who was accused of kicking and throwing a small dog was released on bail after appearing in Lowell District Court on animal cruelty charges. Kimberly Hernandez of Lowell is charged with 2 counts of animal cruelty and posted $5,000 bail with an order to stay away from animals. I'm not happy she's walking out a free woman. Absolutely not, says neighbor Ann Eisler. That poor dog didn't stand a chance. Did she kill it? Did she kill the dog?
I don't think she killed it. She kicked it up.
Officers saw the female walk up to the dog who was cowering, said the prosecutor, and without any seeming justification, the female violently kicks the dog with her right foot. In a second video, the same woman finds the dog after it ran off. You can see her reach inside her car and grab the pup by the collar. Then she walks to the side of the car. She's later seen on video flinging the dog. In a third video, you can see the woman, after she flung the dog, she comes into the frame and corals it into the house as the terrified pup runs inside. Yeah, she got to go to jail. Because that's not okay. What are you kicking that? Ah! Oh, no! Don't you kick that dog!
Local animal hospital. Am I happy that she's walking out a free woman right now? Absolutely not. That poor little dog didn't stand a chance. That was not acceptable.
And it might never have come to light if not for the property manager at 127-133 Westford Street. He was reviewing surveillance footage regarding a series of car crashes when he saw scenes such as this.
This female party is carrying the dog by its neck with its body hanging before that female party is again seen violently throwing the dog.
The police report details the animal's reaction to the abuse in variations of a single word. The dog is seen cowering, is now cowering, continues to cower.
You not to possess any pets or dependency in this case, and not
she kicked him like rolled over.
Hernandez left court after posting $5,000 bail. Her freedom did not sit well with neighbor Ann Eisler.
She should never own another animal again, ever. I don't care. If you're high on heroin, it doesn't give you a right to abuse something.
They got to stop showing that. Because that makes me angry.
No wonder that this little dog was cowering. It is a Yorkie-like dog. We don't know if it's a full breed Yorkie, but
Generally, those weigh between 3 and 7 pounds. Now, initially, police did bring in the wrong person. It was a friend of Kimberly Hernandez's. Apparently, the two women look very much alike. This was all resolved when Kimberly came in and turned herself in.
That's crazy that they said all white people look alike.
All Spanish people look alike.
All Spanish people look alike. That's wild. That's wild.
That, you know what though? That's awful. And when they released her out of jail, they should have kicked her down the stairs just like she kicked that little doggy, because that is ridiculous.
That is crazy.
That's so mean what she did to him. This is what Larry said. Let me kick her like that. Yeah, she needs to be kicked.
You saw how she was carrying him?
Yeah, she's like, terrible.
She kicked him so hard, he spun over like that. That's so awful.
I agree, Larry. She should get kicked just like that.
And I'm no pet person, but that's not nice.
That's not nice. Dedham TGI Fridays is closed.
Yeah. And a few others.
It's not opening again?
No, it's gone.
Friday?
What do you mean?
But it needed to.
Because it was nasty and it smelled like old dishcloth. Remember we went there?
Oh, Friday.
Yeah. It was disgusting. You're right.
That was Uno's.
Oh, that was Uno's.
That was Uno's.
Uno's
However,
got to go to.
Yeah, that Uno's in particular has to go.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
But it's so nice looking from the outside, though, which is really, really awful.
But what the hell would they close TGI Fridays?
They closed several TGI Fridays. Apparently, just abruptly closed yesterday out of nowhere in Massachusetts. So there's only like a few left. So the one in Brigham Circle is still there. Braintree is still there. I think Everett might still be there, but there's several of them in Massachusetts and all over just closed yesterday.
Why?
I don't know. I have an
So
article right here.
And they're also saying like Chili's and Applebee's, a couple of them have closed down, those
says,
fast casual.
Several TGI Fridays restaurants in Massachusetts have abruptly closed their doors for good. A sign posted on the front door of the casual restaurant chain on Providence Highway in Dedham stated, "We regret to inform you that as of January 2nd, this Friday's location has closed." The Dedham restaurant didn't provide a reason for the sudden closure, but expressed gratefulness for customers and staff while directing people to TGI Fridays locations in Braintree and Stoughton.
That one in Braintree's nice.
It is nice, but I feel like it is
We
nice.
haven't been there in a long time either.
We went this year for Janae's birthday. Simple notices were posted on the doors of locations in Danvers, North Attleboro, and Seekonk. A Google search revealed the locations in Mansfield, Milford, Framingham, and Marlborough are also now permanently closed.
Was people really going to Fridays to go to Fridays though? Like it's Friday because the one in the Brigham Circle, that's another tragedy, but. Because it's slow. I don't understand why it take you 45 minutes to get a burger.
Yeah, it's convenient, I guess, and especially for that area. So it says, according to the TGIFridays.com, restaurants remain operational in Stoughton, Braintree, Boston, Everett, Millbury, Methuen, and North Dartmouth. They don't know what happened. They will reach out to learn what will happen to the shuttered eateries and the employees who worked at them. There's no additional details.
So the one in Brigham Circle closed?
No, Brigham Circle is still open.
Okay.
And then this one here, a man stabs girlfriend in East Boston, steals and crashes her car and punches a bystander in the face.
Oh, I'm sorry. Random fact, Snyder. This is Snyder here. Snyder, this is about the last story. Snyder said, Uno Chicago Grill is headquarters in Boston, but Boston Market headquarters is in Colorado.
Thank you, Schneider.
Really, Schneider? Uno's is located, the corporate office is in Boston?
The Chicago Grill.
You think Uno's needs some marketing?
Yeah.
Advertising.
They sure do.
Reach out to them.
They do. They clearly does. So does Fridays.
Right.
Okay.
Well, Fridays, not for long. Not much more.
So, an East Boston man started the new year by going on a rampage on Princeton Street that left his girlfriend pouring blood from knife wounds in her head, neck, and hand, her car, and 3 others damaged, and a man with injuries from being punched in the face, the Suffolk County Attorney's Office reports. Eric Alvarado, 23, was ordered held in lieu of $5,000 bail at his arraignment in East Boston Municipal Court today on charges that included armed assault to murder, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and assault and battery on a family or household member, the DA said. At about 12:21 a.m. Monday, Boston police responded to an apartment on Princeton Street in East Boston for a domestic violence call. Upon arrival, officers found a female victim suffering from multiple lacerations to her head and neck and one of her hands. Officers gained a description of the woman's attacker, later identified as Arevalo, and learned that he had fled the scene in the victim's car. Officers also learned that when driving from the scene, Arevalo struck a stone wall and 3 parked cars. Arevalo also briefly left the vehicle and punched a second victim who had yelled at Olivaro for striking the driveway in the face. What do you think is wrong? You think it's fentanyl?
What did you, Arevalo, what did you think was gonna happen? What did you thought you was gonna get away?
Bro, it had to be heroin.
Why when people are doing things like this, why don't they just go kill themselves? Because what are you doing? And what do you think is gonna happen?
Fentanyl. I'm not thinking anything is gonna happen because I'm on heavy drugs. I don't know. My brain is not working. I am juiced up. Because how the hell do you stab up your girlfriend, take her car, crash it into a wall, and 3 parked cars, and then you have the nerve to punch somebody in the face because they was mad at you? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so when they arrest, I just want the punishment to fit the crime all the time, right?
Like you feel like he should be stabbed in the head?
He should be stabbed in the head and punched in the face. Like that. Like these things, you have to see what that feels like. Because what did you do that for?
Exactly.
You stabbed her up in the head. That reminds me of that fight thing that you was showing me yesterday with them girls covered in blood from the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, in Trinidad.
That's crazy.
They was, you have to stay from people, man. You cannot be with people, man, and then not get a bloody face. That's what they say.
Lesson learned.
Jesus Christ. Authorities have revealed how a family of 3 was slain at their home in Dover, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
The Kamal family, Ariana 18, Tina 54, and Rakesh 57 were found dead by a relative late Thursday at their large, festively decorated home on Wilson's Way. Investigators hadn't said who killed the Kamals until Tuesday when the Norfolk District Attorney's Office announced that Rakesh Kamal was found to have fatally shot his wife and daughter before killing himself. The gun he used wasn't registered to him, and he didn't have a license to possess it, prosecutors said.
Side note from an inside source, anonymous inside source on the last story that we read, he was drunk. He had drank $200 worth of tequila.
Why wasn't he dead? No, let's be honest here. How do you drink $200 worth of tequila and still be functioning enough to even punch somebody in the face?
That's what it was.
I would try to punch and I would miss.
I would punch myself.
Yeah,
trying to punch somebody else. So I don't know.
$200 of tequila.
$200 worth of tequila.
I can't take $32 of tequila, and that's 2 shots.
Girl, I can't take $8 of tequila. That's half a shot. I think I can't do it.
Mercy. Yeah, this was a big story around New Year's Eve too about this family.
Christmas time, right?
The man. Why you kill? This is one of the situations where I don't understand why you don't
kill yourself
first.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, kill yourself. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna kill other people and then kill yourself after, why don't you start backwards?
Junior said he bought 2 bottles of tequila from you, and that's why he was drunk. So it's your fault.
He shouldn't have come by 2 more bottles.
From Dover right after Christmas, 3 family members were found dead inside their home on Wilson's Way last Thursday.
Crazy.
And today, the Norfolk County DA named the case a murder-suicide.
Terrible.
But as NBC 10's Kirsten Glavin reports tonight, that doesn't answer all of the questions in this case.
A tragic update to a family killed in Dover the Thursday after Christmas. The Norfolk District Attorney's Office now confirming the investigation is being treated as a murder-suicide. Officials saying it's believed the father and husband, Rakesh Kamal, shot and killed his wife, Tina Kamal, and his 18-year-old daughter, Ariana. He then allegedly turned the gun on himself in their Wilson's Way home.
Such a tragedy, and each time we hear about a homicide and a homicide followed by suicide, you know, our hearts just go out to this entire community and to all of their loved ones impacted.
Thank you so much. Emma Strong-Saminsky is the deputy director of Jane Doe Inc., a group specializing in domestic abuse and safety for all. She says this time of year can be difficult for many.
Around holidays, certainly as families come together and tensions rise, you know, there certainly can be these kinds of trends that we see. In Massachusetts, there has been I believe now up to 4 homicides in the month of December related to domestic violence.
Strong-Saminsky adds that the best thing people can do is to be vigilant for signs of abuse of power and control in relationships, to be active bystanders and community supporters.
Certainly it can feel that it happens behind closed doors, but more often than not, when we talk about domestic abuse, there is often this sense of it only happening within the home, but we are all part of larger communities.
Now, investigators have not officially given a motive in this case, so still more to come on that. Reporting in Dover, I'm Kirsten Glavin, NBC 10 Boston. Kirsten,
That's
thank
wild,
you.
right before Christmas too, or right after
Right
Christmas.
after Christmas.
But they're right. I think that Christmas really induces a lot of stress and anxiety and stuff for people, including myself. And I be feeling a little murderous too.
You better don't murder us. I'm gonna be so upset with you.
I'd be so mad if you murder us.
So mad at you.
Wow, not for nothing. Wasn't expecting the name Kamal to be the perp Vic. Not a crime I think of in this computer. He was definitely married to a white woman, and they lived in a nice white town.
She was just a lighter complected Indian person.
Really?
Yeah. What's her name?
I think her name is Sandy.
No, it's not.
I made it up. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with the national and world news. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Come on. Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh. It's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
3, 2, 1, keep it on.
Silent night, holy night. Drink a rum and a punch up, drink a rum. Drink a rum and a punch up, drink a rum.
Spark FM.
All I want for Christmas is you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from our Spark family to yours.
In the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM online.
I like that. I like that.
Wait, you gotta
Time. And it's never lasting. That you would always be mine. And you wanna be free. So I let it fly. 'Cause I know in my heart, babe, our love never dies. Boy, don't you know you can't escape me? Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby.
Show off.
I like that.
You know.
You will always be my boy.
No, the Rockstone Triz exclusive right there. You know.
I want to learn how to dance punta good this year.
It's good exercise.
It is, and I want to learn how to do that.
And it wasn't no spasm, Pastor Troy. I was dancing nice and good and nice. Okay, so we are going to get into our national and world news. Miss Tony, hit us. Hit me.
First things first, one of Nostradamus's terrifying predictions came through true.
The
hours into 2024.
Vaccine. COVID.
Well, he had already predicted that a long time ago, but his prediction for 2024 was that the dry earth will become more parched and there will be great floods. And then hours following, there was a 7.5 magnitude tremor that struck Japan and killed 48 people. Monday, killing 48 people, toppling buildings and sparking 3-foot-high tsunamis. Nostradamus is known as the predictor of doom, right?
Nasi and Nosta Nestra to Nestradam to Mac the Nostradamus.
What's that? What's that now?
You know that song.
The Frenchman was credited with forecasting the powerful earthquake that rocked Japan on New Year's Day. He, of course, has predicted many things, including COVID-19 and the rise of Adolf Hitler.
What did he say about COVID?
I don't remember. It doesn't say exactly what he said about COVID. But according to reports, residents in coastal communities fled to higher ground as the waves battered the coast, sweeping houses and cars into the sea. Currently, there are around 120 cases of people awaiting rescue, a government spokesperson said. In response, officials dispatched a 3,000-strong search and rescue squad comprised of Army personnel, firefighters, and police officers to the disaster area on the Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture.
So for his prediction on Corona, it was Nostradamus wrote in the year 1551. He says there will be a twin year, 2020, from which will rise a queen named Corona.
Oh, damn.
Who will come from the east, China, who will spread a plague virus in the darkness of night at a country with 7 hills, Italy, and will transform the twilight of men into dust, death, to destroy ruin the world. It will be the end of the world economy as you know it. That is a prediction.
Well, what the hell is his problem?
That was for when was that?
This was he wrote this in 1551, Tristan. I was not born yet.
What year?
1551.
1551. For 2020.
For 2020.
For 2020. Oh,
He
wow.
said it. He said there will be a twin year, 2020, from which will rise a queen whose name shall be Corona.
What happened in 1919?
So I don't know if this is right.
Why?
Because I wonder if they just put those extra quotes in there, or if he really said the name will be Corona.
Oh, now you gonna be questioning quote marks all the time. Now she gonna question every quote.
Now I got to know, because if we firing people for quotation marks, everybody gotta go, including Nostradamus. Everybody gotta go. Claudine go. Nostradamus gotta go too.
I hear you. What else do we have in Triple X company makes $100K offer for a 1-hour webcam show to the Sugar Bowl flasher.
So I've always wanted to go to the Sugar Bowl.
Why?
Because it's naked bitches.
Is that what it is? Is that what the Sugar Bowl is?
Ain't it the people that
I thought it was the football game on
No, I
New
think
Year's
it's when
Day.
the girls put on little bikinis and go and play football. What is the Sugar Bowl? Somebody tell me.
The woman who went nips out for some beads during ESPN's Sugar Bowl broadcast is being offered a more than eye-opening than the viral clip, with an adult company willing to shell out up to $100K to get her to perform an encore on its platform. The folks over at Cam Soda laid out the terms of the proposition on Tuesday, saying it's trying like hell to track down the Bourbon Street patron who exposed her boob during the TV broadcast to Monday night's game between the Washington Huskies and the Texas Longhorns.
That's what happened to the little girl who threw the bra at Drake. Remember?
Yep.
Then she got all these OnlyFans offers and things as such. So that was kind of cool.
So if Cam Soda is able to get a hold of her, the site says it would like to invite her to do a live 1-hour webcam show next week, and they are ready to drop some serious coin for her time. One could argue that she was the real MVP of the game last night, Cam Soda Vice President Darren Parker said in a statement. We see a lot of breast on our platform, but these clearly caught our eyes and all of America's. I didn't know ESPN was into that kind of stuff. Of course, the network issued an apology over the accident, saying it regrets sharing the footage for the millions of viewers tuning into the college football playoff matchup. No word on if the woman is going to take Cam Soda up on the deal. She has yet to come forward following the viral moment.
What is the name of the game? Hush, Steven. What is the name of the game where the chicks put on bikinis and go and play the football?
I don't know.
Or is it basketball?
Oh, that's basketball. Where they wear the thongs to play basketball?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what the name of it is, but I know what you're talking about.
Bikini basketball game. It's one of them. Y'all see, it's right here. These chicks are playing basketball in swimsuits. I thought it was a real. It's called the Bikini Basketball Association. However, that's not what I was talking about. I thought one of them
BBA.
bowls.
It's called the BBA.
The BBA. BBL.
BBL, because there's some BBLs in that BBA.
They do.
That's crazy.
If I had a BBL, I wouldn't play basketball because I would be scared it would pop.
I know, because that would be awful. What if you fall on your butt?
I know.
I've been going down YouTube watching girls that had the bad BBLs.
Botched.
Yeah, the botched BBLs.
And what does it look like?
It's funny. It's just, all the girls, they can't sit on their ass. They all complaining.
I know. So somebody was like, yesterday there was a girl that posted a video. She was being satirical, but she was saying something about like, this is how you look after you get a BBL in a full set. And somebody was like, what exactly is a BBL? So what they do is they suck out your abdomen, your back, they suck out your thighs and all of that, and then they purify that fat. and then they put it back into.
What you mean they purify? They filter it out?
Yeah, like they do something to it. Like jig it up a little bit, and then they inject it back into your butt.
Oh,
that's what a BBL is. Because I was always wondering, why is it that women's vagina part gets wider?
Oh, that is true. It's like a vagina plate.
Yeah, like they put a plate there. Yeah, they suck out all. They do liposuction in all of these areas, and then it's a fat transfer. So then they take that and they put that into your butt. But the recovery is like 6 weeks. Yeah, so you can't really sit down or.
You gotta wear faja.
Right, you gotta wear faja, all of this stuff, and then you have to make sure that you give yourself but you get lymphatic massages and all that.
Yeah, because you gotta drain it.
And then the fat can go to different places.
Oh, so you got to shape it into where you need it to go.
And then the fat could also melt. Oh. Your body could reject the fat.
Even though it's your own fat?
Even though it's your own fat, they said your body can reject it, and essentially you ended up peeing it out. Oh. Yeah, so then it ends
up my fat. You peeing out your
and then when they're doing all the things, when they're doing the things with the lipo with the thing, your arteries, there's a lot of some major arteries there behind your back and your backside, and if they juke one of them things, then.
So when you was watching it, a lot of people had that happen.
There was a few she had,
I feel like when you have it botched, that means that you didn't massage it right then, right?
Or where your faja.
Shape it.
That's what somebody was saying. They were like, you have to make sure that you pay for the aftercare for it. Like, don't think that you could do it on your own. Like, if you're going to get that, pay for the aftercare too, so that somebody can really, a professional can care for you and make sure that is.
My problem also was like, I feel like if I was going to do a BBL, I would take some time out to do it. The whole thing where I don't want to get on the plane and sit like this.
Yeah, like me either. Or have to be pushed through the airport like that. Like we saw that one lady who she was on a wheelchair and her friend was pushing her through the airport like that. And then she had to be on the plane sitting up. And I just was just like, is it worth it?
Because I also don't want anybody to know that I have it.
Well, I don't know. I think these women that have BBLs are very, very happy about what they've done, and they're very, very proud of it and want to be showing it. But anyhow, so how did we get onto the BBL? What were we talking about?
BBA.
Oh, we're talking about the basketball, the naked I don't know how we got all the way from the Sugar Bowl to BBLs, but whatever.
So inside the chaos of the Japan Airlines flight after the Tokyo crash that left 5 dead, it felt like an eternity, a Swedish survivor.
I didn't even hear about it.
Me either. The 2 planes collided in a deadly crash on a runway. What happened?
Here we go. I have the story here.
Yes, do it, please, because my throat hurts.
Ending in a fiery and deadly impact on a runway at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. Surveillance cameras captured the moment of disaster as a Japan Airlines Airbus with 379 people on board collided with a much smaller Japanese Coast Guard plane that for some reason was on the same runway officials say was assigned to the arriving jet. After the impact, the passenger jet continued down the runway, leaving a trail of fire. But remarkably, everyone on board the wide-body jet survived and safely evacuated. Tragically, 5 people on board the Coast Guard plane were killed. A pilot was the only survivor. Damn. The Coast Guard crew was responding to an earthquake disaster when disaster struck on the runway. Tom Costello has late developments.
Fire and terror on the runway in Tokyo as a fully loaded Japan Airlines passenger plane arriving on a domestic flight crashed into a smaller Japanese Coast Guard plane. The massive fireball rolling down the runway.
Airport is closed. Airport is closed.
Inside the JAL plane, terrified passengers saw flames outside their windows, smoke rolling through the cabin. Swedish tourist Anton Deba was on board with his family.
I looked to the left and I see flames all over the windows, and the plane starts to shake and all the lights turn dark and everyone starts screaming in Japanese.
Once stopped, passengers evacuated down 2 emergency chutes. As airport firefighters attacked the flames, the plane's tail collapsed to the ground. Damn. Exactly the kind of worst-case runway incursion the NTSB has warned about in the U.S. after so many close calls in 2023. Yeah. The crash happened on runway 34 right, precisely where the JAL Airbus A350 had been cleared to land. The question for Japanese investigators, why was that smaller Coast Guard plane on the same runway, possibly preparing for takeoff? Of the 6 Coast Guard crew members on an earthquake relief mission, only the captain survived, now in critical condition.
Damn.
But all 379 people on board the passenger plane survived, including 8 infants.
They survived that?
What flight
How?
crews in the U.S. and abroad train for. Regardless of the size of the aircraft, the FAA requires that within 15 seconds of the aircraft stopping for an accident, it must be able to start evacuating everybody out through the windows, through the doors, in just 90 seconds. That FAA rule is the global standard.
Get out, leave everything!
Critical to surviving, leaving everything
They don't look
behind
serious
and
to
getting
me.
out. When an American Airlines plane caught fire in Chicago in 2016, some passengers still grabbed their carry-ons.
When passengers do not follow the instructions and do not leave their belongings in the airplane, they're not only putting themselves at risk, they're putting others at risk
Hate those
because
kind
they're
of people.
blocking exits.
In Tokyo, tragedy, but survival on the runway.
Because they're not thinking big picture.
Right.
I'm suing for everything that was in that bag. I had $1 million in my bag. And I want it all back.
Like the guy that had all that money in the bag.
Yes,
That
oh
got
yes,
stolen.
that got stolen.
Also,
but this is very interesting.
Fun fact by Schneider. Most flights have very little fuel left as they land so that fires are easier to put out. Sometimes that's why planes circle above Logan before landing.
Shut up, Snyder,
To
for
fly
real?
out the- Snyder, what is your problem?
Why do you know this?
This is a little encyclopedia, but hey.
What are you?
Yeah, like,
What are you?
but
Are
that's
you an AI?
That's really interesting facts because that makes a lot of sense.
Catherine Ford said, "Cheese on, you can get another pair of panties."
No, but it's right. Like I would punch the person who actually goes up to get their big rollout.
Exactly.
Like a purse or your phone or something like that. I understand. Let me just grab this real quick.
Push them out.
I'm gonna grab my phone.
Right.
Let's be honest. I'm gonna grab my phone because people gotta know what happened to me.
Right.
And I gotta tape it. And number 2, I'm not bringing my carry-on. First of all, I don't want to bring that carry-on in the first place.
First of all.
And anything in it needs to be replaced by this airline that had my life in jeopardy, and I'm emotionally distressed.
Exactly.
And I can buy more panty.
And you can definitely buy more panty or another sandwich or whatever it is that you had in that carry-on that was so important.
Another sandwich.
Are you kidding me?
I'm suing. I go buy the whole airline.
Bruh. Well, we would have to split it with everybody else. But I'm taking a little piece of American Airlines.
Yeah, man.
Even if it's 2%.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yep. So Maine Secretary of State tells NPR why she disqualified Trump from the ballot.
Oh, because a lot of people have been asking about this.
Yeah, so President Donald Trump's representatives say they will file an appeal that he can stay on Maine's 2024 Republican primary ballot.
I was watching The View yesterday.
I love The View. Is it a new one or
it was
is it
a new
old
one, and they're talking about this whole situation.
Okay.
And how, like, you know, the Republican lady, what's her name?
Nikki Haley.
No. The blonde one on The View. She was pretty much saying, like,
She's not Republican.
taking them off of the taking him off of the ballot is going to feel to some Americans like taking away their voting rights. And my whole thing around this is the man shouldn't have been able to be on the ballot
Say the words.
in the first goddamn place.
Absolutely.
For them, all these states to now have to go about trying to get him off.
Exactly.
Why was he accepted onto the ballot in the first place? And I don't understand, because if you break the law and you incite an insurrection, which is in the Constitution that we seem to want to go. She said something else. The Constitution should be a Google document that is changeable. As we go across, it should be a living document.
The Constitution was written in what, 17 something?
Something before we was born.
Yeah.
Many centuries. Many centuries prior to
our generation.
This was written AD.
Yeah.
Anno Domini. Okay.
Right. So like, why are we still going by that?
This
are
is
you
what I'm
kidding
saying.
me?
And I don't understand, because in that original Constitution, they said that if you is in charge of being any part of an insurrection, you should not be able to hold office.
Why they was holding insurrections back in the 1700s?
So there was another president that I found this all in The View. There was another president, something somewhere else, that did start some type of insurrection, and he was able to do whatever he was trying to go do. It was a President Randolph. Did we have a Randolph?
Yeah.
We didn't have no damn Randolph.
Rudolph.
I hate y'all.
Did.
I think we did. Rudolph, maybe.
It wasn't no Rudolph. It was
Randolph.
I think we had a Randolph.
I think so. Peyton
remember.
Randolph.
Oh, good.
Was an American politician, planter, who was the founding father of the United States. I don't know. I don't know if he was a president.
No, he was just founding fall. He's
He
up on
was a
the.
fall.
He's on Mount Rushmore.
Is there a president
No,
named Randolph?
he got to be a president.
Who's on Mount? I don't know history.
Oh, see, some consider him to be the first president of the United States, even though he died in 1775.
Randolph.
Peyton
Peyton Randolph. See,
He's
look at
a
me knowing facts.
Continental Congress, as Continental Congress has assumed governmental duties for the colonials as a whole, such as appointing ambassadors, some consider Randolph to have been the first president of the United States, even though he died in 1775. Isn't that is interesting?
That's very interesting.
What else?
All of this is to say that, again, I really don't understand how that man is still on the ballot at all.
Do you want to play the main secretary?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, go ahead and play that.
Insurrectionists holding office. Trump's legal team says they plan to appeal this ruling. His campaign calling Maine Secretary of State who made this decision a, quote, hyper-partisan Biden-supporting Democrat.
Oh, wow.
Colorado's Supreme Court also ruled against the former president's eligibility just last week, but he's back on the ballot for now as this appeal plays out. Meanwhile, other states, including California, have rejected efforts to take Trump off the ballot. CBS News campaign reporter and attorney Katrina Kaufman is following this story for us. Katrina, thanks for helping us break all this down. Before we get into it, though, let's play some of what Maine Secretary of State said yesterday.
I'm mindful that no Secretary of State has ever deprived a candidate of ballot access under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. But no presidential candidate has ever engaged in an insurrection. My job was to evaluate the facts presented at the hearing, the evidence that was produced, and the record created in that proceeding, and to evaluate that and make a ruling, which is what I did.
So, Katrina, what was different about this decision compared to some of the other states' challenges?
Well, thanks so much for having me. I think one thing that's really unique to point out about Maine is that it was the Secretary of State.
But yeah, I mean, there it is. There's no hard explanation. It says in the Constitution, don't do that.
Yeah.
He did that, so he's off.
And nobody has done it before.
Right.
So maybe we should set the precedent for the president.
For the president.
Right now.
You better say the words.
Hello.
Jesse.
Hello.
Janet Johnson.
Hello.
Whatever your name is.
Hello.
Get it, girl. Say the thing.
And I think it was Andrew Johnson who was our cousin Andrew. In 1868, he had been impeached a little bit too, and they was trying to get him
insurrection?
on some. It was some insurrection-like, but it wasn't insurrection. He was trying to remove somebody when he wasn't supposed to.
In some of the in Colorado and some of the states, they're trying to see whether or not if he is an officer of the country, right? So when at their inauguration he signs his oath, the first line says, "I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will be the best and will do the best of my ability to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States."
Sounds like he broke the first one.
He broke it.
Yes.
he broke the first line.
Right.
That was like that list. We'll get into that in the entertainment
list yesterday.
The list of women that we're leaving behind in 2023.
Crazy.
Crazy. I got to go back.
I got left almost immediately.
I snuck over. I got to go.
What else do we have here? Colorado Supreme Court building shooting suspect is due in court. What happened? What happened? As the suspect is set for his first hearing. When did this happen?
I don't know, but unless he almost got close to Clarence Thomas or Kavanaugh or that white lady, unless he got to any of them, then I don't really care.
This was yesterday.
Well, he was in the Colorado Supreme Court, so it's not that one.
No, they got to go to the further one.
So he was just
they got sacked.
Firing gunshots inside the building that houses the Colorado Supreme Court is scheduled to appear in court on Wednesday morning.
Second of all, how the hell did you get the gun into the Supreme Court in Colorado? Because you can't even go to the damn city hall without going through a damn metal detector. So how the hell the Supreme Court don't got one?
He did it at 1 a.m.
What's he doing there?
He fled a 2-car accident, shot out a window at the Colorado Judicial Center, and went in. Police say the man forcibly took keys from an unarmed security guard, fired shots in the building, and set a fire in a stairwell.
So he was Rambo.
So everything is Grand Theft Auto these days. That's what everybody's doing. Everybody's got to do a series of things. You can't just do things. Everybody's crazy. I'm tired of everybody. Anyhow, that's what happened at the Colorado Supreme Court. He going to jail now. You going to jail now. A man dies after crawling into a plane engine at a Salt Lake City airport. Why he did that? Why did you do that?
Why you do that?
Why did you do that? A 30-year-old man died after he climbed into a plane engine at Salt Lake City International Airport on Monday night. Kyler Effinger, a resident, Effinger is his name, a resident of Park City, Utah, breached an emergency exit, ran to the south end of the airport's west runway where desing operations were underway, and crawled into an aircraft engine, an airport official said. Police later said that the aircraft's engines were rotating and the specific stage of engine operation remains under investigation. It wasn't immediately clear why Effinger, told who police said was a ticketed passenger with a boarding pass to Denver, climbed into the engine.
Stop it. You stop it right here. Heroin. Because you have a boarding pass to get on the plane and you choose to go into the propeller.
AP Black said earlier, it must be the Fenty.
It has to be the Fenty. Bro, because it has. What makes me think in my head, unless it was drugs, that if I got a plane ticket, that I'm going to go sneak into the propeller of the plane.
Sneak into. Why did you do that? The plane, a Delta Airlines flight from Salt Lake City to San Francisco, returned to the gate, according to the airline. The flight was canceled and the 95 passengers were rebooked on other flights. The plane was an Airbus A2200, I don't know what that is, crewed by 2 pilots and 3 flight attendants. As nothing is more important than the safety and security of our customers and people, Delta is fully cooperating with all aviation authority and law enforcement investigation.
I'm not going to not laugh at that.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Police did not release the cause of his death.
I know what it is. They don't got to release it. He died from stupidity. Because what is it that made you say, oh, this is a good place?
Well, we're going to wait for the toxology report.
Yeah,
we're going to get that
something.
back.
It's heroin.
Something. Officers at the airport found personal items, including clothing and shoes, and one of the airport runways at around 10:06 p.m. as they looked for him. Just minutes later, dispatchers told police the man was at one of the airport's de-icing pads. What is
de-icing?
De-icing. De-icing.
Okay. Because I'm like,
de-icing.
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 Like, maybe they be cutting
because they got a de-ice after each flight.
Can somebody look up de-icing? It is de-icing.
De-icing.
It said he was underneath a plane and had access to engine. Officers asked their air traffic controllers to notify the pilot to shut down the aircraft's engines. At around 10:10 p.m., the man was found unconscious part of the way inside the wing-mounted engine of a plane. Police said officers and airport employees worked to get the man out. And the first responders attempted emergency life-saving measures, including CPR and the administration of naloxone, a medication for individuals suffering from opioid overdoses.
Okay. They should have started with that.
Right.
Because of the fact that, clearly he has a problem with drug intake.
That's so crazy. Well, anyhow, that's what happened to that guy there. And then we're going to get into more kind of WTF news because WTF, man charged with cruelty to animals. What do you think he did? What do you think he did? The man was charged with cruelty to animals. Sauce, what do you think he did when he was charged with cruelty to animals?
Kicked it like the lady kicked the dog.
No, he was discovered having sexual intercourse with a mini pony.
Oh.
Good morning. Good Good morning to you, sir. A man in Pennsylvania is in serious trouble with the law. Pennsylvania State Police arrested 37-year-old.
I'm sorry. Did you say he's having sex with a mini pony?
Yeah, as he was discovered having sexual. As they arrested him as he was discovered.
Oh, in the midst of it.
Having sexual
mid-stroke
with a mini pony. Mm-hmm. That allegedly happened near Scranton on Sunday evening. Lopez was charged with cruelty to animals. Police.
Is that cruel? What if the pony liked it and it received pleasure?
Do you think so? I don't think so. It's a mini pony. It's not even a full-grown horse.
I mean, a mini pony could be a full-grown horse.
Did you see the video of the man that was doing with the pony in the orange shirt that time that was going around
a
couple months ago?
Yeah.
That was so disturbing.
But he was making forced oral, wasn't it? Imagine forcing oral on a mini pony.
You're out of control.
Terrible.
No, but seriously, Jesus come now, amen.
And
because if we're over here having sex with mini ponies, I just feel like we're doing things differently than how this.
You know what the song says? If you're horny, jump on it.
My pony.
My pony.
I blame Genuine.
Another case of animal cruelty.
That's gonna come with us.
Another case of animal cruelty. A Florida man was charged with animal cruelty after deputies say he intentionally drove over a deer and filmed it for TikTok.
I mean, what's different than the children that was hitting people with their car?
What happened to Do It for the Vine? Remember that?
Yeah.
What happened to the
Vine left and turned into Thriller. Shorts, yeah.
Really?
Thriller or TikTok or one of them.
It was Vine?
Because Vine was like 7-second videos or something like that, right? Or like 15 seconds.
Do it for the Vine?
Do it for the Vine.
Yeah, so he was a Florida man who was charged with animal cruelty. He hit the deer and filmed it for TikTok. The Florida law enforcement arrested Clay Neal Kinney on 2 charges of animal cruelty after he ran over a deer. The arrest report says the man came under investigation after a TikTok video captured the incident. TikTok has previously been under scrutiny for failing to remove videos featuring animal cruelty.
And that's just crazy. That I don't understand why people tape crimes and then promote the crime in which I did, and then what's my expectation after I promote something that's illegal that I did?
But deer hunting is legal.
Mm-hmm. I know, because I can hunt.
Right. So what if he was hunting the deer with his
He sure
car?
was hunting. He was preying on it. Oh, look, he looked like this the one? Mm-hmm. Oh, this the one that was taping it for TikTok. That's not the one that was making love to it, right?
No.
He wasn't making love to it.
Clay Kinney, he was conducting an area patrol in reference to the investigation of Clay Kinney in a Chevy Tahoe running over deer and posting the video on TikTok. Well, that is it. That's all the news I've got, and I'm done.
That's terrible. Well, we'll get into some very, very interesting entertainment news when we come back. We'll talk about Kanye and his AI wife and why she is so naked. I think we left him in 2023 through, though.
Yeah. And I think that I've discovered today that Schneider is AI.
I can see that. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be right back. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and nearby appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, Connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
The all-new Spark FM.
Them don't like me, I mean I like them.
Spark FM.
Come on. Sicker than your average.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. These chick pigeon toes, some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
It's different when I'm sitting here alone all by myself. It's different when I think you might be with somebody. Yeah, baby, it's different. This shit.
All right. We are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Saucy and Friends in the Morning, Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowin, and Hot Sauce. It's time for us to get into our entertainment and find out what's going on with your favorite celebrities, what's all the rumors and all the trending stuff. And then we'll go from there. I don't know, man. Who's cares? This first one. Who cares?
Who was it?
There's a football player and Jimmy Kimmel going back and forth with each other.
Oh yeah, what is happening there? Because I saw that. I've heard.
So the list, the Jeffrey Epstein list, is due to come out any minute now.
Uh-huh.
I heard people like Beyonce and Jay-Z on it too.
Oh.
And I was like, what they would be doing on it?
Uh-huh.
Bill Clinton's on there. A couple of other people's on there. The official list has not been released yet. This list is not a list of people who have committed crimes. Mm-hmm. It's only his associates.
Right.
People he associated with. Donald Trump is not on there.
Really?
Yeah.
He probably got his name taken out, I'm sure.
Well, they said that 15 years ago he did an interview and he was just like, Jeffrey Epstein is a cool guy. He's really fun and he likes younger bitches like me.
Yep. Yeah.
He said women, but you know.
Yeah.
In Trump translation, I know what he meant.
Mm-hmm.
All-American Girl contestant sued Nigel Lithgow for sexual assault.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
And it starts. Yesterday we talked about Paula Abdul coming out with her stories about Nigel from... So you think you can dance? American
Idol, and So You Think You Can Dance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
On the heels of Paula Abdul's lawsuit, veteran TV producer Nigel finds himself facing a second lawsuit claiming he sexually assaulted and harassed 2 contestants 20 years ago on a reality competition show. Mm-hmm. Both women were contestants on the show All American Girl, which aired for 1 season back in 2003. Nigel was a producer on the program. According to the documents obtained by TMZ, the woman alleged he would repeatedly show up at the set and in their dressing rooms when they were wearing dance costumes and openly swatted and groped their butts. In the suit, which plaintiffs are filing as Jane Doe's, they say production hosted a party to celebrate the end of filming, but at the end of the party, they claim Nigel insisted one of the women ride with him back to the studio where everyone else on the set was going. The second plaintiff insisted on going with them to protect her fellow contestant, but they allege Nigel drove them back to his home where he made sexual advances on both of them. In the suit, they allege he lifted up the sweater she was wearing and engulfed one of the women while trying to kiss her, and she immediately rejected him.
He engulfed her?
He engulfed her. What that mean? He held her closely?
I don't know.
In a strong embrace? The other plaintiff claims he got aggressive with her by pushing her against a grand piano and forcing his mouth and tongue on her, all of which she protested. The women are suing Nigel and an unnamed production company for sexual assault and battery, sexual harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and negligence. As we said, they filed anonymously, and the suit only identifies the defendant as John Rowe NL and the show as AAG, but TMZ has confirmed through sources that acknowledge that they referred to Nigel and the All-American Girl. So,
damn.
How
Nigel.
do we feel?
Damn.
I mean, well, as we said yesterday, like, it sounded a little strange, and you need more people.
Mm-hmm. And they got more people.
They got more people. So,
yeah.
You know,
in more sexual assault news that I absolutely believe, DJ Academics' ex-girlfriend accuses him of sexual assault. Ex-users begin long-awaited cancellation. He's not going to be canceled. Let's just be honest.
This one I don't believe.
You don't
You
believe?
don't? Why?
This
That
one-
Academics?
And I really don't like Academics. This one I don't believe.
I believe it because it's on brand with Academics the way that. So here's the story. DJ Academics comes into the new year with some serious allegations hanging over his head. Trigger warning, this article contains descriptions of alleged sexual assault. So in an interview that he did... his alleged, spotted on Hip Hop DX, Zaya Abashe, let's call her Zaya, DJ Academic's ex-girlfriend, accused the media personality of sexual assault during an Instagram live on Saturday. She says, for you to pretend you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years, she said in the video. You tried to save yourself after your friends insulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when I woke up, you were on top of me too.
This isn't This isn't an ex-girlfriend. This is just a girl that
he had. Okay,
yeah.
You graped me too. Absolutely. After claiming that a grape kit had been conducted following the alleged incident, she continued, I look crazy right now, but I'm not going to stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Academics. You know that's not what happened. She claims that she came after the podcaster born Livingston Allen said that he took part in a consensual orgy. So he went on an interview, and in that interview, without prompt, he just started to tell this story about how he had a girl come over, and this girl ended up, like, he was talking to her a little bit. I don't think it was a girlfriend, but he was talking to her, and she got so drunk that she ended up having an orgy with all of his boys.
She came over. He either flew her over. No, he got paid for her Uber. To pay $200 for her Uber. She came over there. By the time she came over there, he was drunk. He was passed out. She ended up chilling with two of his friends.
Okay.
He woke up the next day. His house was in a disarray. He was like, all right, what's going on? He has video cameras. When he pulled up the video camera, he found out the girl ended up sleeping with had relations with two of his boys by the pool. And you want to continue?
So that's what he said happened. She's saying that she was drunk and she doesn't remember anything, but she knows for a fact that she didn't have no sex with them. But when she woke up, she even got a rape kit and when she woke up, Academics was around her.
So this was the other thing. So that he woke up the next morning, The girl was still there.
Who woke up? He woke up.
When he woke up from being drunk, the girl was still there and was like, "Oh, whatever, how was last night?" He said that the girl was acting cool and everything, that everything was nonchalant. But then he saw that the house was messed up and he was like, "What's going on?" And then when he reviewed the tapes, he was like, he called the girl and he said that he confronted her and was like, "Girl, you was being a thought. You slept with both of my friends," and she was trying to act like that didn't happen. She was trying to say, "Oh, this and that." He was like, "Bro, I watched both of my friends raw dog you, and this and that." And then she got so defensive. She called him back later, probably a week later, a couple of days later, and was like, "What's the name of your two friends?" He was like, "You slept with them. You should know what their names are."
Right.
And she was like, next thing you know, they found out. I guess he ended up giving her gave him one of the names or whatever. Next thing you know, the girl calls him back and says that she went to got a rape kit done on her, all kind of foolishness. So
I don't understand why you believe him. What makes you believe him?
I saw everything that he showed.
So what did he show?
He showed the screenshots of the conversation, everything. It just sounded like he showed everything.
If I'm drunk and inebriated to the part that I don't know what's happening, and two people have sex with me,
she wasn't drunk. He was drunk. That's why he went to sleep.
She said that she was drunk too.
That's what she said. But
why do you believe him over her?
There were charges that were filed. She filed charges and they threw this out. The police station, everything, because Academics had the video and he took it to.
What did you guys see on the video that made it seem like she was consenting in the sexual intercourse?
They said that she was giving the guy head while another guy was hitting it from the back and everything in the pool.
Wow. And it makes sense that she would go over to Academics' house, who she's talking to, and have sex with his two friends, and then wake up in the morning and be like, "Oh, everything is cool. Why are you mad?"
Apparently, they didn't have any relationships at this point.
Her and Academics didn't have a relationship.
Meeting, this is her first time meeting them.
I don't believe a damn word that came out of Academics' mouth.
That's what they say.
At all. And I don't think that this lady would get out in her bathrobe looking all crazy and try to defend herself. If she did, why would she take a rape kit? Like, all of these things don't really make any sense to me. Why would I take a rape kit? Why would I ask you for the names? Why would I be up here defending myself after you came out randomly with what this story is? I just don't understand why anybody would be like, maybe it didn't happen. Play her clip.
Okay. Here's the clip.
Because, that doesn't make any sense. As soon as I heard it, I said he definitely did it because he's one of them desperate little trolls that most likely would touch a woman while she's drinking.
Continue to lie about me. That's not what happened. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too, and a rape kit was done. You know what? I'm going to come back with my own story. This what you wanted, and you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long.
Okay.
Hearing that, that's effed up. Like, that's effed up. I fully believe her. Like, this is not one of those things where I'm like trying to guess. I would rather go out on a limb and say that man had something to do with some type of sexual assault that went on in his house. And that's messed up. Ill. Gross.
For 2 years, she said they knew each other.
Yeah, and it's not like she was just some random person. This was somebody that he's probably been dealing with for 2 years.
That's not what he said.
Exactly. And he never has said anything that has been right. So I would never start to believe Academics at this point when he's sitting there putting something out. He tried to get in front of the story because he knew that it was coming out. And he tried to make her look like some hoe when you probably had something to do, or maybe you was too drunk to know that your friends were having a sex with her while she was drunk too. That's crazy to me. It's very crazy, and I don't like Academics, and I wish him unwell. Charles, unwell.
Good afternoon.
Charleston White enjoys himself some Brittany Renner. So remember, it made it seem like Brittany was out of control that day, and that Charleston White was hanging on to his morals. But what we see here is that, first of all, I feel like this is sexual assault.
I feel like if he drunk, assault. She was drunk.
She was drunk. I just don't understand what I'm looking. I don't understand what I'm seeing. How old is Brittany Rayner? Like, you're in a podcast studio and this is how you're behaving as somebody's mother. Like, she needs a. Oh wow. She needs some type of husband.
How drunk are you? How drunk are you?
She was definitely just touching his pinnacles. Look at this. Like, look at this. This is sexual assault. He's doing a really good job not touching her, though, which I think is interesting, except for right here, because I didn't know people still dry hump like this.
Oh wow.
This is not how I dry hump.
You're doing it wrong, then.
I don't do any of that.
But how drunk are you to be this, to be like this? So much.
To be so horny?
Yeah, like, what is wrong with you?
You don't want to put your skirt down on this man in somebody's podcast studio that there's probably cameras around here.
It's a podcast studio. What did you think is, what is going on here? Yeah, that's weird to me.
And they were live.
And it was live? Oh my.
That's crazy.
Has she said anything about this?
No, what's she gonna say? I'm a hoe. That's the thing about Brittany Renner. When she was doing this whole tour about going to talk to Deion Sanders' football team about hoes and stuff. I mean, subject matter expert. She will be right person. But then you continue the behavior after you're telling these little boys to not fall for this, and look at you on somebody straddle across Charleston White.
Right, like of all people though. of all people. I don't know.
That's just nasty.
It's time for Jesus.
Moving forward, Marvel fans react to Euphoria star Coleman Domingo potentially taking over Jonathan Majors' Kang role. He's fine.
He's Mister.
He is Mister.
He's Mister.
Look at Mister. Look good.
Mister is cute.
Mister is cute.
Bad.
Mister. Coleman Domingo is allegedly Marvel's frontrunner as a replacement for Kang the Conqueror, and I'm not mad at that. Last month, original actor Jonathan Majors was officially dropped by the studio shortly after he was found guilty of assaulting and harassing his former girlfriend. And for the record, he was found guilty of reacting to the assault and the harassment that he received from his girlfriend. So let's make it plain.
Right.
Now writer and film insider Daniel Richman claims that Domingo is being eyed to take over the pivotal Kang role. In 2022, the Emmy-winning Euphoria star showed interest in being part of the Marvel and DC cinema universes.
He looks like a Kang.
He do like a Kang. That's my Kang. Is that your Kang? It sure is. Black man. Oh, black men are so beautiful.
They are.
Forrest Whitaker's ex-wife Keisha Nash cause of death revealed. Oh yeah. She did die. She was an actor too, correct?
I think she was.
So Nash died from alcoholic liver disease.
Damn.
Wow.
She was in a crash. According to her death certificate, per the report, Nash suffered from the disease for years. An acute renal failure, a symptom of anorexia, was another significant factor that led to her death. Damn. She had a hard little life, didn't she? Anorexia, all kind of stuff. I'm sorry.
But that anorexia also comes from the alcoholic liver disease, I believe.
Oh, and that's something that develops over time. It's not just one, like a thing that just happens.
What, anorexia or liver disease?
The liver situation.
Yeah.
That comes from excessive drinking?
Yeah.
And I think that could also be caused from the anorexia too, because you are doing a lot of damage to your body when you are failing or not eating. Because what they eat, like a half a grain of rice sometimes? Because they mad fat.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Remember Ally McBeal? Was she was anorexic, or she just looked it?
Maybe she just looked
it. She was anorexic.
She was, right?
Yeah. Is she still alive?
What happened?
What happened to her?
Yeah.
What happened to
She
Ally
was with
McBeal?
Harrison Ford.
Is that her name? I thought that was just a TV show.
Her name was Calista Flockhart. Her and Harrison Ford were together for a long time. As a couple.
Oh, Calista Lockhart. That was her name.
Lockhart, yeah.
Black Panther actor Carrie Bernand seriously injured in alleged hit and run in NYC.
Damn.
Which one is he? The Black Panther and the color purple Color Purple actor Carrie Burnins was critically injured after being struck by a driver who was allegedly fleeing the scene of a hit and run in New York. How the hell you hit and run somebody and then hit and run somebody again? Is that what I read?
He was fleeing.
He was critically injured after being struck by a driver who was allegedly fleeing the scene of a hit and run.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
The 29-year-old actor and stunt performer sustained serious injuries after a driver crashed into an outdoor dining shed at the Chip restaurant in Manhattan around 1:30 a.m. Monday, her representative told People.
People can stay in the house at 1:30 a.m.
I don't remember. Do I remember her from Black Panther?
This girl right here.
She's one of the J.R. Malaja.
Yeah, wasn't she?
And then what was she in Color Purple? A dancer?
I don't know.
Huh. Oh, she was hit and run badly.
And she's in critical condition.
Yeah, that is terrible. Poor thing.
Yeah.
That's horrible. What you doing eating on the patio at 1:30 a.m.? That's fun. You can only do that in New York.
Seems like a not safe time.
No, she's not in critical condition. She's in stable condition.
Oh, good.
She suffered from multiple broken bones in an incident and is currently in stable condition.
That's crazy.
She was among 8 pedestrians injured. Her son, whom she recently gave birth to her, was not with her at the time of the crash.
Oh, good Jesus. Amen.
Her son who gave birth to her? Say that again.
Her son who she recently gave birth to.
Oh, damn.
Anderson Cooper was very confused by Nicki Minaj's aggressive New Year's resolution. Here's hoping that Anderson Cooper's resolution is to brush up on his smack talk. On Sunday night, the journalist co-hosted CNN New Year's Eve Live, and he was drunk. No, the other one was drunk.
Jenny McCarthy and her husband, Wahlberger.
What?
They was drunk.
No, I'm talking about one of these hosts. I think it was Andy Cohen.
Oh, she was there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cohen played a clip from his Bravo talk show, Watch What Happens Live for Cooper. In the clip that aired earlier this month, rapper Nicki Minaj shared her plans for 2024. Nicki Minaj is 41 years old, and she says, "My New Year's resolution is to keep my foot on the bitches' necks." Then Nicki Minaj just come back with an album after about 4 years? And you ain't had your foot on nobody's neck for a little while. I mean, I guess you got to keep it on now.
You know, I'm not a barb, so.
Is there a video of this?
There is a video of it somewhere. It's right here. Drum down. Draj down. Close this out.
Scroll.
Yes. Zhush down, and then and go to the story. Anderson Cooper was confused. And then in that article is a TikTok video right here where your precursor is. You see how grammatically correct I be talking?
Keep my foot on these bitches' necks. What was that? What did she say? My foot on these bitches' necks. Wow.
Necks.
Thank you, Nicki Minaj. Who's she referring to?
He's like, wait, who is she referring to? Bitches, duh. And I believe, it's a good New Year's resolution.
I guess so.
I get crazy.
I guess.
If that's what you resolve to do, I mean,
you would wish Nicki would come out of this, but she too old.
Out of this immaturity.
Old.
Sit back and make a rap album.
You the oldest one out of all the itches.
She is.
Right.
She definitely is.
Can you lift your foot that high to keep it on people's necks? Like, just relax.
Taraji P. Henson is back in the news again. Some more things that she's dealing with in the in this. Oh, I can't read this. So whatever. It says that Taraji P. Henson broke down after discovering she wasn't initially considered to star in The Color Purple, and maybe she wasn't.
I mean, there were a lot of mixed reviews on her performance as Suge Avery.
How did you feel about it?
I mean, I thought she was okay as Suge Avery. I think she did a good job as Suge Avery. I don't know if she would have been my first pick for this rendition of the movie. But, I mean,
Did you like it?
I did like it. I liked it a lot.
Are you
I liked
interested
it a
in
lot.
seeing it?
I'm really not.
Because it's is it because it's a musical or you just not into The Color Purple?
I mean, I like the first Color Purple. Do I like it? I know it.
See, that's the thing about, to be honest with
I
you,
like it.
let's keep it right there. I don't know if The Color Purple is in one of my top 10 Dead or Alive. Like, I feel like for me, it was like a one-time watch. It's not like something that I would go back and be like, oh, The Color Purple's on, let me watch it.
Yeah, me either. I wouldn't go back and watch the first one.
I like to drink liquor and get high and recite the movie.
Yeah, like things like that. There's a lot of quotables in Color Purple.
I did feel though in watching this remake that there were some parts that I didn't remember from the original Color Purple, but it still didn't move me to go back and rewatch it again. I liked.
I'm not interested in
movie.
Seeing this.
I would see this musical one again though because I do like.
Yeah, me too. I would see this one again over the original.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So this is a musical, but this is a musical.
Huh?
The first one was a musical.
No, not really. This one is really musical
and like remember we went to.
Oh no!
No, it's not that bad. It has more dialogue than it does songs, and the songs are actually catchy and they have good choreography.
Yeah, and there's good musical pieces.
Did they do? Should they do? Won't you be?
No, I don't think they did that.
Oh wow!
I don't know what that is.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Leave me alone.
I have no idea.
And you know about singing the blues. Oh, brother, I know you do.
Oh yeah, sister. The sister.
I got something. And
that's sister. Sister. Sister.
You did that song such great disservice, sir. Such grave disservice.
And in BAN news, The Bachelorette's Brian Abasolo files for divorce from Rachel Lindsay after 4 years of marriage, and he wants spousal support. The question here is, how do you guys feel about spousal support?
About men going for spousal support?
I didn't want to genderize it.
Oh, okay.
I do want to genderize it, but I'm being a different person.
I know you do.
How do you guys feel about spousal support? I feel spousal support. If you were shooting with me in the gym, okay.
Yeah.
If we have children, fine. They don't have no children. They've been married for 4 years. Why the hell do you want money from her as a chiropractor who had 2 practices both in Florida and California?
So, but playing devil's advocate, Rachel would not be the star that she is without him. Basically, she was a bachelorette, and her fame is because of him. 2, she has gone on to do a lot of things. So she's a correspondent for several of these news programs.
I disagree.
So she's probably making a lot more money than him at this point, and that's why he's suing for spousal support.
Why I disagree with that? Because he could have been anybody else. She got the Bachelor on her own merit to get up there, so she was already going to be a celebrity.
Well, whoever she ended up with could have been in his position.
That's how I feel about that. So I don't believe that it's because of him, and I don't believe that he should be entitled to her money because you literally was one of 40 that you could have been anybody else. And we've only been married for 4 years, so it's not like even if it would pick somebody else, I feel like she would have still been provided these opportunities that she had. So I don't believe that he helped her career at all.
I don't think that and that's not quite what I'm saying. I'm just saying he was a part of her career.
Yeah, but I don't think that being part of your career.
You started off saying he wasn't with her shooting in the gym, and he kind of was with her shooting in the gym.
No, he wasn't. 4 years is not shooting with me in the gym. If I was able to apply to the Bachelorette, which is a national competition show that has great branding and marketing and all kinds of stuff, I didn't need you to get to where I am. You didn't help me do anything.
She was the one on the show.
She was the one on the show. It was her show. And he was one of the contestants. Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't be asking her.
Yeah, like what did he help her do? He didn't help her do anything at all. I know he's playing devil's advocate, but just in that same.
I don't believe that men should ask for spousal support.
This is not okay.
I don't think it's mannish. I don't think it's very mannish at all. I think it's very, very bitch-like.
Yeah, I don't. And again, if he was there from the beginning, like from the very beginning of her career and her life, and he helped her to build that up, then I fully get that.
Like how what's his name? Wendy Williams has the husband.
So, like in Wendy Williams' husband situation too, he was her manager, so he was getting paid by her as an employee. So I don't feel like he should have been entitled to any of her money either. But he was with her from the beginning.
Right.
He was with her from the very, very beginning.
Kelly Clarkson is officially done paying back her ex-husband for spousal support.
Another thing to her too.
Yeah. So that was really crazy for me. So Kelly is relieved that after that her spousal support to Brandon has come to an end. She's been ready for this for a while now, and she's so happy her payments to Brandon will be complete. It's so nice knowing that this chapter of her life.
It's just so weird. As a man, I don't know, because I've never been one, but I just don't feel like I would be able to be like, you need to give me, you need to support me,
like Ken do with Mary J. Blige. That had me quite angry.
Don't you get me started.
That had me quite angry because he wanted her to pay for him and his children.
I never did like the Ken do.
No, I never liked the Ken. Ken do pissed me off in the beginning.
I didn't like his name.
Yeah, in this case, they don't even have children together. They wasn't raising any kids together. Like,
I wonder what happened to their relationship, though.
He said that he had to choose happiness for him and his partner.
Hallelujah.
Who's his partner?
Lindsay.
Oh.
Yeah, Rachel. Mm-hmm. He had to choose happiness for them.
Oh, and they were because they weren't happy.
No.
I didn't think she should have chosen him.
That's what I don't think, because the other guy that he was the runner-up, I feel like he was the better of the two, and she picked this one because he was a little bit more ethnic and a little bit more suave.
That is true, Snyder. Snyder said, "I find it weird that a prenup is not a part of signing up for those shows. Bachelor, Married, at First Sight, Love is Blind."
And that is where it starts. Just like Donald Trump, you should not be able to. This should be that if I come into this relationship goodly, you have to sign the prenup before you give me this engagement ring, because at the end of this, I'm not giving you a goddamn thing.
Hightower says spousal payments are like loans. Everyone can get it.
Yeah.
I'm about to get married so I can get spousal payments.
Ronnie said, "Run that husband check."
With that said,
where do you find men that are able to
Del
do spousal
Frisco
payments? I'm going to Del Frisco for lunch
today.
Right now.
Spark FM Online. That concludes the show for today. We do got to get up out of here because we got things to do.
Happy birthday to Bobby Steele.
Happy birthday, Bobby Steele. I'm mad that Bobby Steele didn't tell us yesterday that it was his birthday.
When is his birthday, though? I don't know if it's today or yesterday.
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday. Okay.
It was yesterday. And I think that Bobby Steele's going to 2 weeks. For not being forthcoming with information.
Oh, yes.
Is he here?
Holding information.
Nah, he'll be here in a couple of minutes.
All right, people, we're going to slide on over to the side. Bobby Steele Show is up next from 11 to 1. Keep it locked right here on Spark FM Online. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Keep it locked.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
Is SparkFMOnline.com.
Hello, I'm Marissa Jarrett Winokur. Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. 1 in every 4 Americans is infected with HPV. For many people, the virus hides inside them, and they never develop symptoms.